Hi, my name's Steve Faulkner. I'm a trainer, speaker, and business coach. So for me, it's a huge percentage of that is the trainer. Okay, that's why I kind of think these big companies that farm out these training programs, well, it's like a performance in the way that you're buying. When I train, you're buying me, right? You're buying the person that's going to go in and try and change the lives of other people. So those other people better be able to relate to you. And that's why you constantly monitor the training program. And you meet up and say, how's it going? And you get feedback after every single session, because you've got to feel that those people trust you and they trust that you know your stuff. It's not good enough to just know just enough. You've got to blend that knowledge, that deep knowledge that you've got, and the ability to engage people and create rapport and entertain people. And I'm not meaning in a kind of singing and dancing way, but if you're going to stand in front of people and you're going to spend the day with people, whether it's 4 days, 3 days, 10-day leadership program, they've got to be engaged in what you're doing. And that's what I mean by entertainment. They've got to be your stories have got to be alive and dynamic and real and authentic. And people know when they're not these days. Gone are the days of these death by PowerPoint kind of, and I still see them. I still walk past different training programs when I'm training in certain centres, and I see people put on these and you can see the tiredness of not only the presenter but the presentation and also the people in the audience. And you know what? If you're teaching it that way, most things don't work. And don't get me wrong, you need a bit of that, but you need the interactive stuff. You need people to practice and you need people to have fun. And I definitely don't mean fun in that kind of enforced trainer kind of fun way, that awful kind of stuff that 90s 80s 90s that you see on a lot of training programs. And don't get me wrong, I use some old school exercises because they're great, but there's a kind of expectation with training where, oh god, it's not going to be another one of them, is it? And it kind of makes my blood run cold, really. If I'm in a training course, I want to feel the passion from that trainer. I want to hear the anecdotes from their life, and I also want to hear what their challenges are. I think the days are gone of these kind of false role models. The leadership guy that says I get up at 5 o'clock every morning, and I go to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I don't have to sleep, and I exercise every day. And yeah, okay, we all want to do that, but don't tell me you haven't got challenges, because we all do. So there's a certain amount of vulnerability that has to be shared with your training. And I don't mean standing there kind of whinging and moaning about everything. I mean, sharing the stories where you've struggled, sharing the stories where you've overcome those challenges. And I think I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to talk about, stuff that happens in my life that I use these models and these tools I'm sharing with you to overcome. So all the things that I teach and I share and train are things that I've put to practice myself, and also things that I've seen and witnessed change the lives of so many people. And that's a big responsibility, and it's a big thing to say, but and I'm standing on the shoulders of giants here. I didn't invent this stuff. I'm not claiming that I've got my own way of doing it, but it's there because it works, and it's been going for years because these methods and these models and these ways of looking at ourselves work. And you mix that with a contemporary, the new ideas and what we now know about ourselves and other people and the latest neuroscience, and you've got this perfect storm of personal development, business development, customer services that you can share. And it's easy to motivate someone, but to maintain, motivation is a shot in the arm. You're shot in the arm, and we all know that feeling of going to a seminar and getting fired up, and then coming out and kind of going, yeah, I'm motivated, but that shot in the arm of motivation wears out. So how can we create a sustained motivation? Well, we do that by giving people the tools to use themselves. Saying, look, use this model. If you're starting to feel that motivation dwindle, here's a thing you can do. You don't have to rely on me to keep coming in. I'd say 70% of the training that I see is just box ticking. We've done the training now, but the training isn't for that. Training is to create change. You're paying for the knowledge and the engagement and the motivation and the tools to enable people to flourish and grow, and for the business to improve and perform highly. And that's kind of the bottom line.